sinners to streetwise religion, creeds be crowned in your king. Hollywood dream teams, yesterday's trash queens, save the blessings for the final ring. Amen. Take a ride in the world. Okay, hello there, PoisonedRock fans. We got Ada and Eric, and with us there is Daniel from Mordred today. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you for being with us. Thanks for your time. So,
it's my pleasure.
It's our pleasure as well. So, just to start with, a brief question. Can you briefly introduce Mordred for the potential newbie fans out there?
Sure. My name's Daniel White. I play guitar. We have a singer named Scott Holderby. We have another guitar player named Jim Sanguinetti. We have a drummer named Jeff Gomes. We got a bass player named Arthur Laboon. And we have a DJ named Aaron DJ Paws Vaughn. I think that's the whole band.
Perfect.
Okay. So, Fool's Game is a masterpiece created in a period when thrash metal moved towards new sound territories. Do you believe that your sound has influenced the future generation of musicians?
I kind of want to leave that to historians, but it seems like that's the case. Like, we look around and we see lots of different influences on different musics. There was another generation of thrash metal that came after us that incorporated lots of different ideas. But that was basically what we were doing at the time. We weren't expecting to be starting any kind of trends or whatever. We just liked to put things together on top of the stuff that we like to do. So we were always up for experimentation. But yeah, it looks like a couple of, bands have taken it a little farther, and it's nice to see people trying new things.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of evolutionary process, just like that.
I think so. I think it's a natural process for music in general to do that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Everything builds on top of the other.
Yeah. It's like cooking,
Yeah.
Extra ingredients in there. Get the taste going.
Reinventing everything.
Yep.
So you mentioned it before, this idea of having a disc jockey in your band. Was it spontaneous or was it always planned from the very beginning? How did that come about?
I haven't heard that term disc jockey in a couple of decades, but yeah, it was not something that we had originally planned. It's something that came up when we were recording the first record. And, we were friends with other bands in the Bay Area. MCM and the Monster was one of them. There was a whole group of bands that we liked that we all went to go see that were friends of ours. We had Psychofunkopus and Fungo Mungo, where Jeff is from, and the Limbo Maniacs, a bunch of others. And Aaron was in MCM the Monster, and he came down and played on a couple of tracks. He played on, Super Freak. He did a Rick James cover, and we did Every Day's a Holiday, and he just sat in on a couple of things, and it went well. It went really well. We just enjoyed working together and having this kind of new element. So it just took off. That idea just kind of like took off from there.
Yeah.
It is also a new thing for thrash metal bands having a DJ. It's like an innovative thing, I think.
It's like a what? Sorry.
Innovative things. Innovative.
Yeah. I mean, we're just trying different stuff, So yeah, it worked out.
So, State of Mind is your most famous song. Do you have a particular memory of that period when your debut album was released that you want to share with us?
Memories from there. I mean, one of the main ones that comes to mind is we recorded it in a place called Cotati, California, and let's see, what was the name of the place? It was called Prairie Sun Recording Studios. We actually just got contacted by them a couple of weeks ago, so probably going to go back up there and hang out, and they want to do like interviews with us So we're gonna go back up there and talk with them and tell them everything that's been going on and have a little interview with them. And then there's another guy that wants to do like I guess kind of like a classic album, you know, they have these videos that are on Amazon now. You can go see them. They'll have like the making of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon called classic albums. So there's a guy that's got an idea to do one of those with us. So we'll go up there and we'll put the record up on the board and listen to it and talk about this and that or whatever. So hopefully that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks or months. Couple months, I think.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, should be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Revisiting everything again.
Yeah, it's a cool place. Like this place, Prairie Sun, is like a farm.
Oh,
So
okay.
you get to kind of live there for a couple of months while you're doing your
That's
record. Yeah, there's like there's a few houses, there's a few different recording studios, and it's set on this farm. So there's chickens and there's a couple of
Okay.
pigs, stuff going
Also
around.
nature.
Yeah, basketball court, and we would just, there'd be like two or three of us in one house, and two or three of us in another house, and we would visit and do all the stuff that you do when you're like 22, 23 years old.
Yes.
And there were other people there that were recording as well. There was like Tony McAlpine and what's his name? Marty Friedman was there. Um, yeah, there was a bunch of other guys that were there doing their record as well. So it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, we'll definitely be in touch. We definitely stay up to date with that one. Okay,
Cool.
back in the day, talking about the first period of your band, MTV at that time was still a huge way of spreading music, in your case as well, as you did with your video clips of You're Falling Away. Can you tell us a little bit about that period, how that came about?
About Falling Away. Well, we did. They did a video shoot. I remember at Fort Baker, out in near San Francisco, off the water. So a lot of the shooting, it was all in black and white, and you could see it was an old like army base, so you could see the remnants from back in the day. They had the ramparts and whatnot. And they just took a bunch of stuff out there and just destroyed it. They took a television and threw it down the stairs, and they took a boombox. DJ paused his boombox and set it up and blew it up. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Back then we were kids. We would do like whatever, and
Screwing
nothing
about.
had any repercussions. Just like throw caution to the wind, and it was fun. It was just a good time.
Yeah. So how did the change of band members influence the development of the band during the entire career?
How did say it again? How did the what?
The change of band members.
So we had a bunch of changes. In the first record, we had another guitar player that was on there that, something happened. He couldn't quite get it together to do all the riffs, all of the things that he needed to do. So I had to do all the guitars for everything. So it wasn't going to really work for us going forward. So we ended up, getting Jim back in the band because he was in it originally. There's like this kind of ever-changing cast of characters that went through there. Two different singers, had like four different drummers. I believe we're on the fourth drummer now. Arthur's always been there, the bass player. Paz has always been there. I was a hired gun. We had Josh Juska and Alex Gerald before I was in there, and Jim. Jim was in there before I was in there as well. And they hired me, and I didn't even know if I was going to necessarily stay or not in the beginning. It just kind of like happened over time. I just became part of the framework for the band. And then originally there was Steve Skates, the original singer, and that got played out as well. I think he joined the army. I think he I think that's why he left. I'm pretty sure that's why he left.
Yeah.
And and Scott came in after that. So yeah, there's been this like revolving door of drummers for sure, and then different guitar players over time. And each with each change, it did influence the sound, as you would expect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Different people.
Yeah.
So in 2013, you returned to the scene in a new formation as well with In This Life. How did the fans react to that?
So in this life, it seemed like we came into our own, and it felt natural. It felt good. It felt like we were doing something that we really wanted to do that was different, and we really enjoyed it. So I think that translates. Hopefully it translates when you're
Yes.
doing something that you really love to do.
Yes.
You know, um, it it shows. You can hear it
Yes.
in the music. So I think we kind of like hit our stride during that record, and yeah, I think that's kind of like where we're trying to head back to now in the future.
Yes.
Okay, so with a huge career as yours, as a big as thrash metal band, but with some influences of alternative or maybe we can say new metal, um, could we define Mordred together with Anthrax and Fate No More, the father of this music style?
Well, I mean, I believe we were doing it before them. We had.
Like the father, not fathers.
I mean, it could be fathers. It could be fathers. It was very, very close, like right around then. We
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
um, but I think that's probably that makes sense that we were doing it. I'm pretty sure we were the first one to have a DJ in the band. I don't remember anybody else that was doing that in a thrash metal band. Obviously, there were
Yes. Yeah.
DJs in bands,
Even
but not in
today, I think.
thrash.
Even today, I think I
Even
didn't see
today,
no one doing
Yes.
having a DJ.
yeah,
So
yeah. So
I
we like to try and again like do things a little bit differently. He still does scratching, but he's also like a multimedia guy as well.
yeah.
So he's got samples. He does play some
Mhm.
keyboard stuff, a little like Faith No More, I guess.
Yes.
Um, and he also raps as well. So there's different elements that he brings to the table besides just scratching.
So this brings another question to me. Which band basically influenced your music personally and in all the band? Just
Which
pick up
which
which band.
band?
Just choose, pick up just 5 bands that just like influence your.
I mean, all I can do is just try and talk about the ones that come right to mind because there's like hundreds, right?
Just the
Of
first
So
course.
the
one that
first
came.
one would be like Sly Stone,
Okay.
Sly and the Family Stone. That
Yeah.
would be a huge influence for me.
Yeah.
Another huge influence, two bands would be Metallica and Megadeth. Huge,
Okay.
huge influences. The big four in general, you got, Anthrax and
Yeah.
Slayer. Um, all of the new wave of British heavy metal bands that came through, Budgie and, Riot and
Yes.
Saxon and Merciful Fate. And I mean, you know,
Yeah.
personally, you got guitar players, Uli Roth, John Sykes. I
John
mean,
Sykes. You're the first
oh,
one to
John
speak about him.
Sykes.
John
So,
Sykes.
this one guitar player is such a
I'm
huge
waiting. I'm
influence.
waiting for the new
I still have
album.
not been able to see him yet.
Me
It's
neither.
been
Me neither.
so
I'm
so let's
waiting.
go. As soon as you
waiting
find
for-
out, maybe I'll
Yes.
fly out to Italy when we can
Yes.
do this again. It's in the
Yeah.
time of the COVID right now, but
Fingers
Yes, because
crossed.
I know that
No.
he's working on some album that he still didn't came out. So I'm just waiting for see him. When he was in Whitesnake, it was the best moment ever.
yeah. So in terms of guitar playing, he goes all the way back to Thin Lizzy for me when he was,
Yeah.
Chinatown Opium, and I mean the Opium Trail, and there's all these like great, tunes that I remember that his solos just like they just dug into my
Also
soul.
with Blue Murder. He
What's
did
that?
a great with Blue Murder.
Yeah, Blue Murder. Yeah,
He did a great
Valley of
job.
Kings. Valley of the Kings. Valley
Yeah,
of the Kings.
Jelly
That's
Rolls as an
yeah,
amazing acoustic song.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of him, so yeah.
So that's just John. I could just talk about him for a while. But I
Yeah.
mean, in terms of other bands, you know, I mean, there's tons and tons of music
Yeah,
out there that I listen to. And when I get into it over and over and over and over
yeah.
again, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Um, okay. I just came up with another question
Sure.
concerning that. What is going on right now, and not what has influenced you earlier? If you could put together in the near future,
Uh,
just imagine if you could put together a lineup for a concert or a festival, which bands would you choose
oh
to
wow.
play with you? Maybe.
Oh jeez.
John
I
Sykes
really
is
like
opening.
Body Count, you know, from Ice-T. I think that would be a
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know, put those guys together.
Yeah.
Um, I would say like Fishbone. I think are still around. I think that would be fun. We could probably play with Primus. I think would be a pretty good matchup. We could probably play with Faith No More. I think that would be a
Yes.
natural. Um, you know, Slipknot, maybe. We'd have to like, you know, get all of our heavier stuff, but I think that would be, you know, a possible matchup as well. It's just whoever's like pushing boundaries, you know. Our buddies Death Angel, I think that would be a cool matchup as well, just from like Bay Area bands that are around. Any of the guys that are around here, I think it would be
Yeah.
fun, you know, to go out with.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so speaking of the Bay Area thrash metal scene, what would you say? What makes Mordred different from all the Bay Area thrash metal bands since the glorious times of the 80s?
I mean, I think it's pretty apparent, you know, like we just talked about it. It's like the
Yeah,
fact that we have a DJ, you know, our sound is based on the area's sound, which is very signature. People can recognize it from all over the world. You know, it's about the right hand, the guitar technique, of a lot of it anyway.
yes,
Um, but the feel and the attitude and, you know, yeah, that what sets us apart, though, is the use of other influences and types of music, you know, to try and explore and add to it. I mean, because we all feel that synthesis is what music is all about, you know, and try to have new things. Not everybody is up to having new things. That's fine. That's music. That's what we like to do. So
yes.
if you like that kind of thing, then hey, let's go, you know. Um, but yeah, I'd say that's what kind of like puts us apart is just using those different ingredients to
Yes.
make
Yeah,
soup that is
let's
Mordred.
see.
Yeah,
The cooking.
yeah.
Okay. So, what Mordred represents as a band in the music world today?
What do we represent?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, experimentation, I guess. Trying new things. I I don't really think about that all that often. I kind of feel like if people want to, you know, we talk about what's on our minds. We talk about what's going on in the world. We talk about things that are important to us, and you know, hopefully that'll either start a conversation with someone else. Um, that'll bring awareness to whatever it is, or it could be a celebration of something. I mean, we're full human beings. There's a lot of different things that we talk about,
Sure.
that we feel, that we see, that we watch, that you know, and all of that is fair game for
Yeah.
writing music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, maybe speaking about writing music or any future plans, what are the next steps in this situation? I mean, we can't say anything about future shows, maybe. I don't know if you can.
Well, I mean, we've had shows that have gotten canceled 3 and 4 times. We have one now that's in November that will probably not happen, you know, because this country can't seem to get it together, you know.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's
Yes.
an
Frustrating.
entirely like other subject. But right now we've got an online show that we're doing. So
Okay.
it's called Mordred Acting the Fool. We're going to be on our fourth episode coming up on in September. I believe it's the fifth.
Oh,
It's around there, the fifth or the sixth, and we're going to be in production this whole month to get ready for that. We're going to have different skits, and we have usually we've had comedians do the hosting for it,
Okay.
and then we
cool.
play. So we'll do like a little set, and then they'll do like a couple of like pre-recorded videos or a live skit that's right there. And
Okay.
then we got a couple of commercials that we filmed that we put in there as well. And then we'll play, and then we'll have like an interview with someone. We've done Craig Cicero from Forbidden. We've done
We
Matt
know. Hi,
Camacho.
Craig. We know them.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
interviewed
Craig is
them
probably
weeks ago.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was fun. Yeah, Forbidden. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Matt Camacho as well. We just did for this last one, the bass player from Forbidden. Um, we got Zetro. We got a bunch of people I'm not going to say that are in the line of people for us to interview as well.
Right.
Um, and so it's a pretty cool show. We got some sponsors now, which is nice. We got like Spy Side uh, Coffee and Pennyweight. There's a brewing company, and there's a vaping company. And I'm gonna do bad. I can't remember the name of the vaping company right now. This is bad. Done something or other. Oh, I can't remember it. That's
Oh
bad.
my God.
But but there's like three or four other sponsors that we have found, that are helping us out basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's a fun time. It's something for us to do in this time that keeps us active,
Yes.
keeps us out there, and again is new. It's different. There aren't a lot of people that are doing this kind of like there's a couple people that are out there that are doing it, which is cool, which is the next natural kind of evolution of this online thing that we have to do now because we don't have any choice really.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
True.
so we have these these bands that are trying different things. So it's like this variety show basically, and we're
Yes.
trying not to take it too seriously. It's called acting the fool,
Yeah.
for a reason. So we're having a fun time with it,
I
and
think that's a great idea.
yeah, you guys should check it out.
Yeah,
So
definitely. So, are you
before
planning on writing new music at the moment?
Well, we've got a new record out right now. It's an EP called Volition. It's got 4 tunes on there. There's a single out right now called Not For You. And then we've got an album that's in the can that's already recorded. And we've got some label interest. We're in negotiations with a couple of different labels right now. So it's looking like it's really close to solidifying. And we've already started writing some new material. I've got a couple of songs that are like swirling around, and I know Jeff has a couple as well. Jeff's a good writer. He's a good little writer in his own right. So there's a great song that's on a new record called Malignancy that he wrote the music for. So kudos to our new, not new drummer. He's been around already 6-7 years, but
The
so
newest.
yeah,
newish.
newish to us, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great.
So before leaving a message to your fans and our followers, just leave a message to your first fan in the world, maybe Domenico Costa.
Domenico Costa.
Yeah, the guy
Okay.
you speak with before me.
Yes. Well, thanks so much for having us. I mean, this is, it's fun for us to get out and talk to people again. We don't get to talk to that many people
Yes.
anymore because
There
we're
are
all
still
shut
people
in.
out there.
So, I mean, I miss Italy and I miss Germany because we went all through Europe a bunch of times, and our old record company was in Germany.
Mm.
So we missed the traveling. I mean, I had a love affair with Italy for a bunch of years. I went back on my own afterwards. Um, and so Domenico, thanks for having us. We all appreciate, anybody that likes our music. We'll talk to them.
Yeah, so I think I can suggest a message for your worldwide fans and our followers that supposed to be the same things when they are watching.
I mean, thanks for having us back. I hope you guys like the new stuff. We like it. We feel connected to it, and we're back. We're back writing, and we're all excited about it. and we're all excited about the future. Trying to keep everything in perspective that's
Yeah.
going on, and still hopeful, and still, like looking
Positive.
forward to the day when we can step outside and not have to worry about having something on our faces or something that we're too close to somebody else.
Yes.
This is a temporary thing, as pandemics are.
Yeah,
They
they
do
always
go
came and
away,
gone.
right?
Yeah.
Black
Right.
plague, all of that stuff, it does
Yes.
go away. So we just got to
Yes.
be patient, and we got to
Yes.
listen to people that make sense, that talk science.
Yeah.
Yes.
My
True.
opinion,
Yes. Absolutely.
talk sense,
Yes.
not nonsense.
For
That's
sure.
what I
Right.
think that we should be concentrating on for the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with
So
that,
thank
yeah,
Daniel for being with us, and good luck for all the new stuff
Yeah.
upcoming. And it was really a pleasure and an amazing interview. We are very grateful for that.
thank
So
you.
thank you, and see you soon, really, in Italy or in Germany. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just anywhere.
we'd love
Okay.
to. We'd love to see you soon. We'll see you soon. And yeah, thanks for having me. And
It was a
hope you
real
guys enjoy
pleasure.
the music.
For
Definitely.
sure, for sure.
All
So
the
Cheers.
best
bye,
for you.
Daniel, and thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take a ride on the wild side. I carry